What is happening, guys? Mathematics is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So guys, it's sunny right about now, so hopefully I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna do some exercise to try and burn off this excess weight, because lockdown has not been easy. I know for a lot of people, it's a very tough time. So guys, hope you're safe wherever you are in the world, but equally also do not forget to look after yourselves and obviously help those around you if you can do so. Also guys, if this helps you save some time, some money, please do not forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow, helps the channel grow, helps me help you, you help me, and so forth. Anyway guys, without further ado, I've got 2 videos now. So basically, for those that do know slightly, I'm involved in DJing and doing different things around the world, and the people I've met along the world, made many friends around the world. And one of the key things I've noticed about fragrances, that is very subjective, number one, but also number two, your environment and what you're accustomed to can also have an impact on a particular type of fragrance that could be slightly more appealing, depending on obviously your circumstances and where you're based in the world in that moment in time. So I have 2 videos here, guys. There's many more actually due to come just today, just for editing purposes. Can't do what I want to do, so I'm trying to do this all on my phone. 2 ladies now have given their opinions on what they would actually like to see or like to smell from a guy in respect of the first date. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this video off, go over to the ladies, give my thoughts on it, and then come back to it. Okay guys, so this is the very first lady. This is based in Liverpool. Okay, so this is based in Liverpool. It's based in the UK. So no one who likes Liverpool Football Club or anything like that, this lady is coming from that particular area of the planet, effectively, and she's obviously giving her opinion. This is Nicole. Check out the video, guys, and we'll touch base after the video.
Hiya, I'm Nicole. I'm from Liverpool, and I really like Hugo Boss on a guy, especially the scent, and also Hugo Boss bottle, the day version. Yeah, they're both just really woody and really masculine and rich. So if they wore that on a date, they'd definitely get a second one.
Okay guys, so Nicole's giving her thoughts on a particular fragrance that she said she likes. She mentions that she likes slightly more woodsy type of fragrance. Particularly, she highlighted Hugo Boss bottle, or the scent. So this is a bottle of the scent that you can see I have, and you see how much juice I have left in that, guys. This is a fragrance actually I've had for quite a bit of time now. Just looking on Fragratica just as to when this came out, funny enough. This came out in 2015, so it's quite a few years old now. And equally, she's also mentioned Boss Bottle, which has been going for a very long period of time. I don't even think I could even see the date when it originally came out. It's over 10 years old, well over 10 years old. But ultimately, woodsy fragrances, maybe like a leather based sort of fragrance, and again, we're talking about on the first date. So this is probably maybe, if you're in a slightly more, how could I say, maybe a colder climate, for instance, and obviously you want to go and make a bit of an impact, but at the same time you don't want to come off too offensive. I think this is a nice fragrance. I'm not sure that many ladies, particularly who have liked it, because I've never had a chance to actually ask the question. So glad she didn't mention this one. But equally, Boss Bottled. I do know some ladies have actually said they prefer Boss Bottled, and just in respect of the note breakdown, whereas this seems to have a slightly more, how could I say, a slightly more sort of leathery note in the base notes. Boss Bottle doesn't seem to have that. This one seems to have in the base, actually, that of woodsy notes and also a leather base. I'm just looking on Fragratica now for Boss Bottles, and Boss Bottle seems to be, obviously it's an older fragrance. It may have been, how could I say, reformulated through the years. It definitely would have been, I'm sure. But again, it doesn't really seem to have a heavy leather base. That's slightly more, it appears to be more citric, slightly more fruity elements to it. And again, it's even got supposed to have plum in it in the top notes. And equally, slightly more floral notes as well with geranium. And even it's seen it's got some vanilla in there. So the spectrum of notes in Boss Bottle seems to be quite different to this one. So don't get me wrong. Everything's subjective. Everyone's got their own sense of smell, and again, it's about a language. So what you're trying to communicate. Boss Bottle is slightly more, I would say, slightly more fun, playful. This one's probably slightly more, a little bit more seductive with the suede in there, and with the, not necessarily suede, sorry, but the leather note in there. So that base in the leather will stay around. It's not particularly fruity if you've never smelled this one before. The juice maybe gives you that idea, but it does have some ginger in there, so there's a little bit of spiciness as well that does come off. So like a spicy, leathery sort of fragrance. Hey, ladies like it, guys. But that's on the first date. So hey, you could always change it up. But you guys let me know as well. Have you checked out this one, or even Boss Bottled? Everyone's had a bottle of that one. My bottle finished ages ago. It's not big on my list, but by all means, thank you, Nicole, for the video. And also, guys, let me know your thoughts on that particular video. We get into the next one. Now we're going to Cyprus.
Hi, I am Andrea. I am from Sunnyside Press, and I've been asked to say how I prefer how guys smell when I first meet them. So, in my opinion, they should smell fresh. Not too strong though. How can you describe a smell? I guess different skins absorb different kinds of perfume, and for some reason I link smells to people. I know this is something people do anyway. I like it subtle and slightly lemony, I think, in my opinion. But it needs to be fresh and not too strong, because then it's just like in your face and you can't just breathe. Anyway, I hope this helps. And just make sure you guys smell fresh when you go out on a date.
Okay guys, so thank you again for joining for the second part. This one is a video from Andrea. Andrea is based in Cyprus, guys. So I'm going to put some information down below. She has a cooking channel as well. Go and check that out as well if you want to follow up with Andrea on her stuff. Anyway, so Cyprus, hot country. I've been there many a time. I've been there probably through the years now, probably at least maybe 3 or 4 times, give or take. Very nice place to go to, guys. And again, you see where I'm based in the UK is very different type of heat, slightly more Mediterranean. Again, she's mentioned about things being too heavy, also mentioned about slightly more lemon type of fragrances. I think she mentioned slightly more subtle. So again, in that particular context on a date, again, anything too heavy, I think something like this probably won't do it. I think it'd be too much, maybe in the winter evenings out there, but again, I don't live there, so I don't know. But again, citric fragrances. So I'd probably suggest, guys, in that scenario, depending on where you are, and again, you need to take into account the climate that you're in as well. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one for citric fragrances. If you want to be a little bit more daring, guys, you got a little bit more change in your pocket. I mean, hey, I mentioned this one before. Vibrant Leather, Zara, is slightly more citric than obviously Creed Aventus, but by all means, that's something to consider as well for slightly hotter countries or hotter climate. This one, I know the new one's been reformulated, but this one still could potentially, help you out. It does say it has some bamboo in there and everything else like that, but it's definitely got bergamot in there. I do believe there's a citric element in there as well, probably slightly more lemon. Something that you could check out, guys. I've had many compliments from the older batches that's based in the UK. I've not actually necessarily worn the newer batches elsewhere to really know, but I have worn some of the new batches when I've just been walking around the park, and at the same time, that's still giving me a little bit of a scent trail. So who knows, guys, in your high heat, in a hot country, hot climate, by all means, that could be the one. However, if you can reach through it, if you can stretch through it, guys, you're talking citric, I would say this one. I would say this one can do it in the summer months. I believe this one can do it in the winter months. This one can do it at the same time, even for the date night, first date night. You want to make an impression, guys. Don't get me wrong. With this particular fragrance, you got to be careful on the trigger, especially if you're in a hot heat climate. But again, just looking at the note breakdown, I mean, this is one of the fragrances, which is obviously one of the key ones, everyone talks about it. But that pineapple note with the birch as well, slight apple note as well in the top notes. And again, the base with the bergamot and everything else going on. Sorry, the base with the vanilla. It's so many different things can go into it, guys. It's one of those things where, it could do the job. It could do the job. First night, date night, make a good impression if you can stretch to do it. If you can't stretch to do it, guys, go and find the alternatives. Mention this one slightly citric, and equally this one as well, Mont Blanc Explorer. You could go and check that one out. It might be a little bit too heavy, I think, to be honest, compared to this one, but it is what it is, guys. So ultimately, that's 2 ladies' opinions. Again, this is very subjective, guys, so do not try and take it to mean it's going to be exactly A or B. It's entirely up to yourself, but you just need to make sure, guys, that you're feeling good, smelling fresh, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hopefully, guys, we'll have some more ladies. I think there's a few more ladies again. Spain, Germany, some other places are supposed to be getting in contact with me as well to be sending me some videos as to what their opinions are. So hopefully, guys, if you like this video, please do not forget to thumbs up and also give the ladies a shout out as well. And I'll see you soon on the next video, guys. Ciao.